Thank you. For those of you I don't know, I'm Alyson, and I will be taking us through this practice, and I thought I would theme this class making connections. And making connections can be really hard to do right now. It's this unprecedented, challenging time, and I am so grateful that we have this opportunity to come together as live as we can possibly be and make this connection with each other and also with our yoga practice. So Matt, actually, can you unmute for a minute? Can you unmute everybody for a minute? Are you able to do that? So anybody who, so the reason that I want to unmute is that I would like us to chant Om together. For me, that really brings everybody together. It helps us center and gather our energy. And I think that hearing everybody together on Zoom just gives us an opportunity to connect. So just come to a seated position on your mat and bring your spine really tall. And you can always mute your video if you feel silly doing this, because I know it's not in everybody's comfort zone, but remember you're also alone in your own home. So first, just go ahead and exhale all the air out. And then take a nice deep inhale. Oh, I love hearing that together. Thank you. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale. Once more. Your slow, deep breaths. Really fill the chest, fill the belly. And we will now mute you so we cannot hear you anymore. Fill together. Let your breath really fill the space. And notice how it fills not only the front of the space, but the sides as you come tall in the spine and your back. Just filling the breath all around. Starting to feel grounded, to feel centered. And then we'll start to move with the breath. On an inhale, bring arms up overhead. Bring your palms together. And on the exhale, bring hands through heart center and down to your side. Inhale up. Exhale through center and down. Inhale up. Exhale through center and down. Take a few more at the pace of your own breath. Starting to move the body with the breath. Start to make your arm movements a little wider, a little stronger. Press palms together as you release. And then come through one more. Keep the hands at heart center. Take a full round of breath once you're here. Release it out through your mouth, letting tension out. Then seal the lips, keeping energy in. We'll move into a Tabletop position. Shoulders over wrists, hips over the knees. Spread your fingers wide. Gaze comes to the top of the mat to keep the spine long. Crown of the head pulls forward, tailbone pulls back. Hug your belly up and in. And then starting to move into cow pose, drop the belly, gaze towards the ceiling. Pat pose, curl your spine, hug the belly in. Inhale to cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Move through 3 more at the pace of your own breath. Adding in or taking out any movement that keeps the spine really warming up. And come to a neutral spine, root down into the left hand, reach the right arm forward, left leg comes back. Flex your left foot, keep it pulling towards the back of the room, then hug the belly in, keeping the spine straight. Inhale here, lift the arm and leg a little higher. Exhale, curl elbow to knee. Inhale out long. Exhale, curl. Inhale long. Exhale, curl. Inhale out long. Exhale, curl it in. One more. Inhale for length. Exhale to curl. Inhale long. Awkward airplane is next. Right arm to the right, left leg to the left. Keep your gaze a little bit in front of you to keep your balance. Connect to the breath. One more breath here. Then reach it out long. Replace hand and knee to the mat. And reach the left arm out. Right leg comes back behind you. Flex the right foot. Reach it long. Hug your belly in. Inhale, lift everything up. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale out long. Exhale, curl. Inhale long. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale out long. Exhale, curl it in. One more. Inhale long. Exhale, curl. Inhale out. Awkward airplane. Left hand left, right leg right. Keep the breath engaged. Then come back to center, hand and knee plant on the mat. Walk your hands out in front of you, a couple inches, tuck the toes, lift your hips, coming into downward facing dog. The first down dog of the practice, so take any movement that feels good to you. Maybe you pedal out your feet or sway your hips side to side. And when you're ready, come to stillness. Feel as though the palms are pressing into the mat and pushing the mat forward in front of you. Lift the tailbone closer to the ceiling. Let the heels come a little closer to the mat. Then engage those long, deep breaths. Then walk your hands back to meet your feet. At the back of the mat, coming into a ragdoll pose. Stay in your forward fold, feet or hips width apart. Hands can come to opposite elbows, or they can release down as you sway side to side. Releasing tension from the hips, from the low back, from the neck. Let the arms really pull down with gravity. Then bring your hands back to the mat. Walk yourself out into a high plank pose. Press into the palms, spread the fingers wide, reach the heels towards the back of the room. Crown of the head pulls long as you gaze towards the top of the mat. Belly hugs in, but the hips stay low. Breathe here. Then bring your right knee to your right elbow, and then march it back. Left knee, left elbow, and back. Right knee, right elbow, and back. Left knee, left elbow, and back. Right knee and left knee. Keep it going, right and left. Take it at your own pace. Keep going. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay in your high plank. Lower down for 1 push up. Come back up, push back, downward facing dog. Reconnect to the breath once you're here. Warming up the core early in practice reminds it to stay engaged throughout, providing support and foundation for your entire practice. With your next inhale, gaze to the top of the mat. Bend your knees, travel feet to meet your hands, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up to mountain pose. Arms reach high. Root down into the outside edges of your feet. Hug the belly in, come as tall as you can possibly be. Then press palms together overhead, bring them to heart center. Take a full round of breath. Starting to move into sun salutations on an inhale, sweep arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back, crown of the head pulls forward, shoulders roll back. Exhale, fold it forward, plant your hands on the mat, step back, high plank. Hug the elbows in, lower down halfway or all the way, chaturanga. Roll the shoulders back, come to the tops of the feet, upward facing dog. Then hug belly to spine, pull the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Starting to pick up the pace on an inhale, gaze to the top of the mat. Exhale, travel feet to meet your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Take it through twice more at the pace of your own breath. Find a moving meditation, a body and breath connection. We'll all meet back in a downward facing dog. Take your time arriving there. It's pretty awesome watching all of you guys practice together. Full round of breath in your downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Then bend your knees, bring your weight to your palms. Hop or float the feet to the top of the mat. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up to chair pose. Hips sink low, arms reach high. Bring your weight into your heels. Hug your belly in. Bring your gaze out in front of you so that your neck stays long. Fingertips reaching strong. If it's hard on your shoulders, bring hands to heart center. Stay connected with your breath. Come a little longer through your spine and then sink an inch deeper in the hips. One more round of breath. And then fold it forward. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat, step it back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. On an inhale, bring your right leg back behind you. Flex the right foot, point the toes down to the mat to square your hips. Then push them out away with your hand, feeling as though you're creating length all the way from fingertips to the right heel. Then bring knee to chest, hover and hold. Keep the spine long. Make sure you breathe. With your next inhale, bring the right leg back out. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, back out long. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, back out long. Exhale, knee to chest, hover, then step the right foot between your hands, coming up to warrior one. Back foot is pointing towards the left front corner of the room. Right knee deeply bent, arms reach high. Let the hips fall where they may. Work the shoulders towards square to the front. Hug your belly in. Notice if your jaw is clenched and release any tension there. Then airplane arms, hinge forward. Keep looking ahead to keep the spine long. Then keep everything exactly the same, but move the arms forward. So you're in a power warrior. Reach arms back to airplane. Back up to warrior one. Hands to the mat, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the left leg back. Flex the left foot, point the toes down, heel reaches. Maybe the right heel comes a little closer to the mat. Breath stays engaged. Then bring knee to chest, hover and hold. Bring the left leg back out long. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale out long. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Get into those obliques. Inhale, back out long. Knee to chest, hover. Then step through between your hands, warrior one. Hips might feel different from one side to another. Take any adjustments you need to your stance. Reach arms high. Make sure you're rooting down into the outside edges of the feet, especially that back foot. Stay engaged. Come a little taller through the crown of the head, maybe an inch deeper in the left knee. Then airplane arms, hover. Stay connected to the breath. And keep everything as is. Reach the arms forward, power warrior. Arms back, airplane. Warrior one. Hands to the mat. Step it back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. You'll start to flow this one breath per movement. With an inhale, gaze to the top of the mat. Exhale, travel feet to meet your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, full round of breath once you arrive. Then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, the right leg back. Exhale, step it through between your hands. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, airplane and hover. Inhale, power. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, back to one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, airplane and hover. Inhale, arms forward, power. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, the right leg back. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, arms back. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, airplane and hover. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, airplane back. Inhale, back to one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. Take it through once more on each side at the pace of your own breath. We'll meet back in downward facing dog or a child's pose. Catch your breath. It's awesome watching you guys practice together. And also you're at home, so if your video's off, I'll never know, right? Reconnect to the breath. We will all meet back in a downward facing dog. Once you arrive in your down dog, full round of breath. Inhale. Exhale, we'll start to add on. Inhale, the right leg back. Exhale, step through between your hands. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, airplane and hover. Inhale, warrior one. Oh, I'm sorry, reach forward. Exhale, back to airplane. Then come back up, warrior one. Exhale, open, warrior two. Open the hips. Back foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Root down through the outside edges of your feet. Right knee tracks to the outside edge of the right foot. Hug your belly in. Come tall through the crown of the head. Sink an inch deeper into the right knee. And keep the deep bend in the right knee, reverse warrior. Lay it back. Create that space through the right side of the body. Then extended side angle, right forearm to right thigh, left arm reaches up overhead. Can also reach forward, creating length all the way from the left foot to the left fingertips. Stay connected to your breath. Then bring the right hand all the way down to the mat in front of the right foot. Left arm is still reaching high. Bring your weight into the right hand until the right foot becomes light and it can step back, side plank. Keep the hips lifted, keep the breath flowing. Two more breaths here. Then bring the left hand down to the mat. Take your flow or push back to downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg back. Exhale, step through between your hands. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, airplane and hover. Inhale, power, arms forward. Exhale, airplane them back. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Notice if that feels different from one side to another. Any adjustments to your stance. Roll your shoulders up to your ears and let them melt down your back. Keep the deep bend in the left knee, reverse warrior. Left arm reaches, breathe into that space you create in the side body. Then extended side angle, left forearm to left thigh. Right arm reaches. Keep length through both sides of the torso as if you could keep that left arm light. Then bring the left hand all the way down to the mat inside the left foot. Bring weight into the left hand until the left foot becomes light. My mat is too sticky. And then you can bring the left foot to meet the right side plank. Reconnect to the breath. Keep the crown of the head pulling towards the side of the room rather than hanging down to keep length and strength in the spine. Take two more breaths. Bring the right hand down, move through your flow or skip it and push back to downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg back. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, airplane and hover. Inhale the arms forward. Exhale the arms back. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, turn to the side of the mat, 5-pointed star. Reaching strong in all directions. Heels face in, toes face out. Sink the hips down, goddess pose. Hands can come to heart center. They can cactus. Find a focal point, locate your breath. Maybe the hips come a little lower. Maybe even a little lower. One more breath. Come back up, 5-pointed star. Take warrior 2 facing the back of your mat. It's okay, you don't really need to see me anyway. Then reverse your warrior. Cartwheel hands to the mat. Step back, take a flow or skip it and push back to downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, travel feet to meet your hands so you're facing the back of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to chair pose. Catch your breath in your chair. Root down into the right foot. Lift the left knee, one-legged mountain standing on the right foot. Reach the left foot back, finding a crescent lunge. Then goal pose the arms. Hover the back knee an inch above the mat. Inhale up to crescent. We're going to take a big transition to warrior 2 facing the front of the mat. So big transition all the way to the front. I love that transition because it just really shifts the hips. Then reverse your warrior. Cartwheel hands to the mat. Take your flow or push back to downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg back. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, airplane and hover. Inhale the arms forward. Exhale back. Inhale up, warrior 1. Exhale, open, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend it. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Stretching in all directions. Heels are in, toes are out. Sink it down, goddess. Maybe you find something different this time around. Maybe you lift one heel up off the mat and lower it down. Other heel up off the mat. Lower it down. How about both heels? Hips stay low, breath stays long. Then lower your heels, come back up, 5-pointed star. Warrior 2 towards the back of your mat, so the right knee is bent. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, hands to the mat. Take your flow or push back to downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, travel feet to meet your hands, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, hips sink low. Breath stays connected. Bring your weight to your right foot. Lift the left knee, one-legged mountain. Then reach the right toes towards behind you, finding your crescent lunge. Take this crescent stance as wide as you need. Then goal post the arms, hover the back knee. Inhale, back up to crescent, taking that big transition warrior to front of the mat and all the way around. Then inhale, reverse warrior. And exhale, hands to the mat. Take your flow or skip it and push back to downward facing dog. Reconnect to your breath once you arrive in down dog. Staying connected to the body, connected to the breath. We'll move through once more, adding on. Inhale the right leg back. Exhale, step through between your hands. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, airplane and hover. Inhale the arms forward. Exhale back. Inhale back to warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend it. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten the front knee. Reach the right arm up and back, finding length through the right hip, through the right side. Then bring arms parallel to the mat. Triangle pose. Fingertips reach forward, hip reaches back. Your left shoulder's caving in. Maybe come out of it a little bit to keep this really rolling open. Work the left hand towards the space behind you. Then coming up from triangle pose, 5-pointed star, heels are in, toes are out. Lower the hips, goddess. One more breath. Inhale up. Exhale, warrior two, back of the room. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, moving into half moon. Left hand comes to the outside left edge of the mat. Right leg lifts. Keep the right foot flexed, pulling towards the space behind you. If that right shoulder's collapsing in, lift up a little bit. Keep the right fingertips reaching high. Pull the belly in, crown of the head reaching forward. How long are we going to hold this? Did it freeze? How about one more breath? Bend into the left knee. Bring the right foot back to the mat. Come to your warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Step it back. Take your flow or push back to downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, travel your feet to meet your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to chair pose. Bring your weight to your right foot. Lift the left knee, one-legged mountain. This time on the way to crescent, we'll visit warrior three. Left foot reaches back, right arms reach forward. I just say right arms. How about both arms? Keep the belly hugging in to stay lifted. Find a focal point. Locate your breath. Then bend into the right knee. Your toes reach back. Crescent lunge. Get organized in your crescent. Take an inhale. Exhale, goalpost and hover. Inhale, back up. Exhale, that big transition, warrior two to the front. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, the left leg back. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, airplane and hover. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale to two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended. Inhale to reverse triangle. Straighten the left knee. Get a little relief there. Deep stretch in the left side. Then arms come parallel to the mat, left fingertips reach forward, take that triangle pose. Stay lifted, stay strong, reaching in all directions. Use your core strength to lift you up, 5-pointed star. Last one, goddess pose, lower the hips. See if you can find something different in this one. If you're somebody that moves a lot while you're here, maybe you're still. If you're somebody like me that just wants to breathe through it in stillness, maybe you take a little movement. 2 more breaths. Press down into the heels to lift up, 5-pointed star. Warrior 2 to the back of the mat. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, half moon. Right hand to the outside, right edge of the mat. Left foot lift. Left foot flex, crown of the head reaching. Stay with it. Use your mind and breath connection to keep you balanced. And bend the right knee, stepping back, warrior 2. Hands to the mat, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale here. Exhale, feet to meet your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Last one. Make it count. Sink the hips low. Keep it strong. Protect your low back by hugging the belly up and in. Root down into the left foot. Lift the right knee, one-legged mountain. On our way to crescent, reach the right foot back, finding warrior 3. Stay connected to the breath, stay long. Then start to bend the left knee, reach the right toes back, crescent lunge. Get organized here, inhale. Exhale, goalpost and hover. Inhale, back up. Exhale, warrior 2, front of the room. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, chaturanga. Meeting back in a downward facing dog. Reconnect to the breath once you arrive. And then walk your feet to meet your hands at the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to mountain pose. Bring hands to heart center. Bring your feet wide, even though we're off the mat. We're not in the studio, so it doesn't matter too much. Bring your hands to your hips, toes, pointing forward. We'll take a prasarita, forward fold. So first take a little back bend. Engage your belly to protect your low back, then start to come forward. First with a flat back, then let everything go. Maybe you step your feet wider so to get a little deeper in the fold. And come to a half lift, flat back. We'll take a little bit of a twist. Bring the right hand to the center of the mat. Left arm can reach up towards the ceiling. To get a little bit deeper, you can bring the right hand to the left shin or ankle. Gaze comes where it's comfortable. Bring the left hand down, sweep the right arm up. Bring the right hand down, bring your hands to your hips. Pull the belly in to protect the low back as you come up with a flat back. Bring your feet about as wide as your mat. Heels are in, toes are out. Arms reach up overhead. Bring them through heart center, sink all the way down into your yogi squat or malasana. Press palms into one another. Hips can stay lifted if this is hard on your knees, or they can come all the way down. Keep the crown of your head pulling towards the ceiling to stay long. Take deep breaths. And in this position, lift up your heels, coming to the balls of your feet, and really slowly, nice and slow and shaky and achy, come all the way up to standing. Once you're there, lower the heels. Bring your feet together. We're going to move into an arm balance. We'll do my favorite, which is side crow. If it's not your favorite and you have another favorite, feel free to take it. I always say that there's benefit to bringing your hands to the mat. So even if you don't move into this pose, that is okay. Feet come together, sink it down. So you're sort of sitting on your heels. You can stay right here. There is benefit even to this pose. You can take this to a twist. Engage the elbows into your right, into left elbow into the right knee, right elbow into the right hip. Hands come to the mat a little bit wider than you think they should be to create a wide base. Fingers spread wide. Start to move the crown of your head towards the side of the room. We don't want to come down. We want to keep it lifted and moving sideways. You may stay here. There is even benefit to just being here. If the toes start to feel light, you can lift them up off the mat. Once you arrive, continue to breathe. And then come back to center. Lift the hips, bring your feet hips width apart. Take a forward fold. This can be a rag doll, or you can hold onto your big toes with your first two fingers or your peace fingers. Get a nice forward fold. Whatever version of the fold you're in, take a little half lift and then fold a little deeper. Then slowly come back up, bringing feet together. And arms reach up and then sink back down onto the balls of your feet into this little squat. We'll take that on the other side. Right elbow to left knee, left elbow to left hip. Hands to the mat. Maybe you stay here. Maybe the crown of your head starts to move towards the side of the space. Maybe you stay here. If the feet become light, they can lift. Play as long as you like. We'll meet back in a child's pose. From your child's pose, come up to seated and just bring the feet out in front of you. Bring the soles of your feet together. Bring your hands back first and press the soles of your feet together, creating a little bit of engagement there. Come really tall through the spine. Then release the hands to the feet and start to fold forward. Feet can stay in close or they can come out into more of a diamond shape. Just changes where you feel this in the hips. And come back up to seated, feet plant on the mat. And we'll lean back, finding a boat pose. Hug the knees a little closer to your chest. Maybe you try to straighten through the knees. Hands can come to the thighs for a little more support. And then lower down, half boat. And then this is a new one I just recently discovered. We're gonna row our little canoe here. So pretend you have an oar and you're going side to side, rowing, getting into those obliques. We'll go for 10 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down to your back, arms reaching. We'll take one bridge pose. So bring feet flat on the mat. If you like to have support for your bridge pose, feel free to place a block or a thick book or even a pillow underneath your low back. Start to push into the heels, lift the hips. Shoulders roll underneath, hands can clasp. If you prefer a wheel pose, feel free to go there. We will stay here for several breaths. And you can play with the sensation here by lifting the hips a little more. You can push into your heels and feel as though you're pushing the mat towards the space in front of you, or pulling the mat towards you. Wherever you are, deep breaths. We'll stay for 3 more breaths. Then lower the hips down. We'll come right into a candlestick pose. So feet lift up towards the ceiling, hands or a block or something, and slide underneath your low back for support. Play with the angle of the hips. Notice where the legs start to become light. And slowly bend your knees. Hug them into your chest. And then let them fall over to the right side for a twist. Arms can come out to a T or they can cactus. For the deepest stretch, you can gaze over the left shoulder. Come back to center, and we'll take that over to the left side. Gaze comes over the right. Come back to center. Bring the soles of your feet together. Knees come wide. Supta Baddha Konasana. Arms can come up overhead into the same shape, or they can stay at your sides. You can stay here in this position for Shavasana or reach the legs long, arms come long to your sides. And I have found one of the hardest things during this time to lay in stillness. So I invite you to lay restful, still knowing that you're connected to the breath, connected to the other people practicing. Start to bring your awareness back to the space you are in. Start to bring deeper breaths into the body. And I will give you this image. A lot of times we think about connections as a network, a web, lines from one person to another, to another, to another that connect us. But we can think of connection as a circle that encompasses the self, maybe the family, friends, those around us. A circle that encompasses neighbors and acquaintances. A circle that we can choose to widen even further to encompass thousands, millions. A circle that connects all of us. When you feel like you're not quite yourself, remember your circle. Remember that we are in the circle together. Come on to your right side, sending yourself gratitude for being here during this practice today. Moving the mind, moving the body. Keeping them busy, as we know we need to right now. And then, perfect timing, Matt. If you would unmute everybody again, you can come up into a seated position. And I would love for us to close with one more Om together. So first, come to a seated position and exhale. Inhale deeply. Bringing hands to heart center. Thank you so very much for choosing yoga and sharing it with me today. Bringing hands to third eye center, integrating our practice, bowing forward. Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste. Thank you, Alyson.
Thank you, Alyson.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.